Hey, everybody, we're back from President's Day weekend. Hope everybody had a pleasant 3 days off, traveling, visiting, forgetting about the market. But today we came back to a rude awakening. The
Yes.
tech took it on the chin today, and so did most of our portfolios. But
Yes.
I was undeterred. I went back into SMCI, not my full position, but back, took a decent, it's 20% of what I had.
I want to know
Uh-huh.
why you went back in and why you picked that price.
Uh, I, well, I was looking at the fib numbers, and they roughly corresponded where it traded at the bottom today in the low 700s. I think that was the 38.2 or the 50% fib number. I don't remember. But we could look at it on the charts.
But there
SMC.
are many gaps to be filled, man. There is so many.
No, there aren't that many, but there is one or two.
Okay.
And I don't think there's that many. Well, maybe I'm thinking of NVIDIA. NVIDIA has very few gaps. By the way, NVIDIA after the close tomorrow, that's going to really have an impact one way or the other.
Yeah, big.
Yeah. Josh Brown thinks that even if it goes up single digits, it'll psychologically be the death toll for big tech. It
I
needs to rally double digits.
think it's going to be an ugly week, remainder of the week.
Could be. We've had them before, and there is seasonality.
Yes.
The last 2 weeks in February are the weakest weeks of the year, or the weakest 2 weeks of the year.
Yes. February's not a friend.
No, last year, if you remember, wasn't good either.
No, January. You're right. January is good, and then February just ate everything.
Yeah, but Josh Brown is calling for, says there's a 99% chance that tech has topped for the quarter, and a 50% chance that it's topped for the year. Not
All
a,
tech.
That's right. I mean, a lot of those companies reached all-time high.
yeah. I think
mean, they-
Palo Alto Networks, I think it missed.
Oh yeah, no. Palo Alto Network is on a free fall right now.
It's down how much?
Well, I'll tell you right now. Right
So,
now, it's down. Oh, it says 32 cents. Oh, aftermarket down $49.
Wow.
which one is that?
Palo
Palo
Alto
Alto Networks.
Networks, cybersecurity.
Yeah, no, it took a nice little dump.
Our biotech guy is here. I
Hey,
promised.
Curtis.
I promised we'd look at Sangamo. I promised J Sangamo. I also listed XERS. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still in that, believe it or not.
yeah. Well, it made a little pop, didn't it? XERS
Yeah, a little. I mean, I'm still down, but I've been in that forever.
and GLSI. So we have a bunch to.
Which one is GLSI? That looks
And,
sounds
and, and
familiar.
Sava. And Sava. I just want to see if we have another flag.
All right.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
also want to look at SMCI, NVIDIA, and there was a big play this morning pre-market on qbits.
Yeah, it was down yesterday, but it seems to be back up again.
Oh, but over $2 at pre-market. I don't know what it closed at. Apparently, they have an agreement with another company where they're commercializing their machine to solve,
Really?
yeah, to solve biodrug problems.
Okay.
Drug development.
It's up 17% at just above $2.05.
So that's a nice close. I think I picked up some more at $1.80 or $1.85.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm in that a little bit.
I'm in that one, QUBT and IONQ, and IBM, of course.
Right. Yeah. QUBT isn't really
I
doing
see a lot being said about quantum computing these days. It's viewed as the next AI, the next biggest thing. Actually, it goes hand in hand with AI. You need to accomplish AI, you need faster and faster machines.
right.
And the quantum machines would fit the bill. So yeah, I think you got to be in it to win it. So I'm taking small positions in all three of them, and I expect to add to those positions. I think within 3 to 5 years it'll shoot up. That's my vision. A lot of people's vision share that vision.
So another question before we move on
Yeah,
is if the tech does bad tomorrow, like Nvidia,
yeah.
okay, what happens to crypto?
Good
I,
question.
I think for the most part it's a risk-on trade, but in case of really bad stuff going on, I think it's a risk-off play. So it's both. But to answer your question, probably go
Did
down.
it come or candy?
It will go down.
Probably go down. Uh, all right.
Are they reporting before market?
Teladoc took a big hit. I'm looking. 13% down.
NVIDIA on deck is the headline.
Are they reporting
Right.
aftermarket or
Is that
Aftermarket.
the chopping block? I don't think Nvidia is going to disappoint the way these other ones did, and they're not going to give any like revenue warning.
I'm just going to flash this on the screen for a moment. Bitcoin held in there pretty well today when tech took it on the chin. Pretty good looking shot for Bitcoin, hovering around its all-time highs. Not all-time, 1-year highs. Did it make a new high? Let's see. This is the daily. I'm not seeing the prices. Oh, up on top, there it is. 52,899 today. 52. It must be a high. Let's see what it was last week. The high last week was 52,820. Today was 52,899. Yeah, I just barely made a new high. So Bitcoin is hanging in there, Kamal. So it's hard to predict. Maybe it'll do okay, even if tech takes it on the chin some more. I don't think Josh Brown is right. I don't think there's any chance that it's more than 50% chance that tech will put in a higher high. I don't believe it's done for the year. And it might be done for the quarter. That's possible.
Yeah, no, it's a little extreme to say that it's done for the year.
Well, he said 50% chance. And that's not saying much, right?
Right.
He can say he's right either way. 50% chance. A neat little trading range for Bitcoin over the last week or two. The last 7 trading days. Very, very narrow, 50,600 to 52.9. Very narrow trading range. If it goes down, I think 48,535 will most likely hold that area. So I don't expect a big decline in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is one of the safer assets to be in. How's your GDX doing? Are you still in it?
I sold half my position today.
Oh, that's good. You made a point, right?
Yeah, I had a lot, by the way. I sold half of it today.
All right, so you got it. You made more. Well, you probably made a little bit more than a point.
I made more than a point, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Quick in and out. Can't blame you for that. Let's take a look at the BioDrec. Let's look
You want
first.
to look at Sava first?
All right, Sava first. Sava was down today. I doubt there was any news, but I didn't check. This is the
And Curtis wanted a CGLSI that was breast cancer treatment. So I have to look at Sava.
it's gonna find support here at the 100. 2207. I think this is a good opportunity to pick up some shares on
Can you do the
what
3 months? The 3 months, so we could see the flags.
weakness. You see that there it is. The 50 is the 100 rather is right there.
Right.
The 100. It's the support at the 100, and this low should remain good. That's the low of 2175. So like it's also the 200. You see that? The
Right.
200 and the 100 come together. And it's actually a positive cross. This is 100 crossing the 200, Kamal. You like that?
I like that. I added some today.
Yeah,
Just a little bit, not too much.
right. I think it's a good pickup. We like Sava, we like the fundamentals, and I think the technicals look like a really good place to pick up some at the 200. With the 50 crossing, that's even better. And the RSI is more towards over.
I thought that was a really good support area.
Yeah, the RSI is a respectable 40. So it's far from being. It's not quite oversold, but it's plenty of room before it gets to overbought territory. So it looks like a good place for a run up. Sava. If you're a believer, this is a place to add. Sangamo is another one of those BioDrex that is taking it on the chin. I guess it's been lower, 50 cents. I haven't really followed this one in a long time, but it's come up from levels of really low levels, 35 cents, to close today at, what did I close today at? Closed today at 118. But this is an ugly candle, this inside red candle. I don't like it. After a long run up, this usually says to me consolidation or worse. Maybe it comes back down to the 91-cent level. I just don't like those Harami type candles. It's not as ominous as an engulfing candle, but it's close. I have trouble drawing these horizontal lines. I think I got to draw it at the top and then move it down. I want it right about there, 92 cents. So my entry point would be 92 cents. If that doesn't hold, I'd pick up some more to 200, 83 cents. All right. They're into gene editing. They're into all kinds of stuff. I guess they must have had some disappointments along the way. I remember them over $10. I don't know if it was how long ago that was, but let's do the 5-year. $17 right up here. 1796, 1943 was the high back in 2020. So it's come down from $20 to pennies. You can't love this chart, you know. Can't love it. Even looking at the 3 months, it doesn't look so wonderful. XERS. This one has had some success. Remember when we talked about it forming as Professor Spike bottom, I drew the line.
Right. Yes.
And sure enough, it came up off that bottom.
Yeah, it's what kept me in.
And in fact, it looks like it's peaking its head. The price is above the recent highs of 307. So it could continue to run as it goes above the 200. If it continues to run, it'll probably challenge, should run up to about $5. I think it could easily run to $5. I'm not too tempted because I've been out of all bios pretty much.
Sure.
So this one, the chart is at least decent chart. Especially if it stayed above the 200, yeah, and closed at a high. This shows promise. You could be looking at $5. All right, so I like XERS. What was the other bio, Curtis's bio?
GLSI made a good move today.
Yeah. GLSI. I'll go to the 1 year.
Yeah, it's right on. Right now, it's on a tear.
It is. And it broke this old high. It took it out quite easily. The old high of 1243. It ran as high as close to $14, backed off $1. So let me draw a line in at the old high. That should prove to be support.
1250.
Yeah, 1243. And it's also the middle of this green candle. It looks like a very good area of support, about 1245. So GLSI, let's see the 2 year. It's got more to go. It can run up to the 20s, right? If it looks good. This one definitely looks good. What's this high? Let's see from last week's candle. 1383. Not far away from that. Yeah, I mean, this peak back here in what is that? January 30th? I think so. That could be challenged. That high is over $20. Looks good. Curtis always has these good-looking charts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. maybe Curtis is a Momo player looking for the breakout, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's not an impossibility.
Yeah.
And it does look like you might get a shot at a decent price before that.
Yeah. What else did we have down?
Well, let's see. We were going to do. We were going to talk about the qubits and
qubit.
not the quantums, IBM, ionq, qubit, and qbt.
All right, let's look at this one. This one was.
And we were going to talk about NVIDIA and SCMI to see if there's
Yeah.
any hints.
This one broke above yesterday's high. Pre-market it was 220. I didn't buy then. I bought it $1.80, $1.83 or something like that. Let's see what the low was today. The low today was $1.76. I came close to the low. I picked up some more shares. It's at 204 after hours, closed at 205. Got to watch this one. Potential breakout if it gets above $1.67, it could first go. So just keep your eye out on this one. I think quantum computing is going to be hot this year. It's heating up. People are taking notice. So this is one. ionq has new headquarters in Seattle. I believe it's Seattle. So they're getting a lot of attention too, ionq. The high that I bought near was 1549. I bought at 13. 15. Let me draw that in anyway. $15.49 is the top there. I got to take that out. On the bottom, we have the 100 as working as support. We also have the low from 1030, which is 923. So we have support not too far below.
You have this one?
Yes.
Where'd you get it at?
My average is 13, I believe. I'm underwater on this one.
Okay.
But I'm above water on the other two. I'm in the black on the other two. This one I felt, a little more secure about, but it's a matter of timing. I liked all three of them. It's just a matter of timing when you pick them up. That's why I like averaging in. I would buy more with a drop to this to the moving average, to the 100-day.
It looks like it's going to reach that.
863. It could reach that. Don't know. If the market is weak, it'll reach it. And a lot depends on NVIDIA tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Let me just do QUBT, then we'll do NVIDIA.
qbt is the one that's waiting.
This one was down a little today. But it really looks like it has a firm bottom at 64 pennies. 63.40 looks like a firm. But we're banging against very tough resistance at the same time. And right above it is strong resistance at the 50. So you got to take the 50 out, I believe, for it to make a run. And the 50 is at 108.
You have this one too?
Yes, I have all three. Yeah. I'm ahead slightly on this one. I'm ahead on qbits, and I'm behind on the other one, ionq. Walmart had a sensational.
Yeah, it did.
They had a blowout number, but it didn't hold its highs of the day. High of the day.
Nvidia is down 42. I didn't notice that.
The high of the day today was, let's see. High of the day today was 181.35, closed at 175.86. So it gave back, and you have a nice Kamal gap to fill on Walmart. And
Walmart usually fills its gaps.
I was going to say that Walmart usually does fill its gaps. So might not be.
I start talking like you, man.
Yes. Why? What percentage of gaps are filled? Do you have any idea?
No.
You want to take a guess?
In general or Walmart?
In general.
I don't know. I would say maybe 80%.
Exactly right.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Excellent guess. On the nose. 80% of all gaps are filled. And, if they're not extreme gaps, the news-driven events, probably a lot more than that. So it depends on the type of what caused the gap, up or down for that matter. What else are we looking at?
You wanted to look at nvda
NVIDIA and
and
finally
SCMI.
SMCI will wrap it up.
Right.
This is a 2-year. I don't want to look at the 2-year. Year to date is a little too short. 6 months, just right. It's an ugly candle today.
And there is a bunch of gaps. You see those? How many gaps?
Yeah, there's a nice gap that's due to be filled at 658. That could happen very easily.
Yeah.
Let's draw that gap in. 661 is a gap fill. And also, it's also the low of the candle 2 days later.
Right.
It looks like a magnet shooting for that, This tiny small gap might get filled too.
Correct.
Let's see what that is. So any weakness on the earnings, and look for these gap fills. 630. 630 makes a lot of sense,
Yeah, there's a bunch of candles hitting it.
Yeah, 630 makes a lot of sense on the downside. I'll be a buyer. I will be adding. Let it get to 630. I'm adding 635. I'm adding. SMCI. I went on a buying spree today. I added a little NVIDIA too, but very little. SMCI had that horrible looking engulfing candle from a couple of days ago, which filled a couple of gaps. And there really aren't any pronounced gaps. There's one all the way down here. That's about the biggest gap. There's very little in the way of gaps. It filled a couple of gaps today with the wick going down, the bottom wick. There's really nothing, almost nothing in the way of gaps.
Could you do 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny gap.
Yeah. But those two candles are not good news.
Today's candle is good.
Right.
I rated good with the very long wick on the bottom. That was not a bad candle. This area here where I drew the line is 650 could be support. Could get down there. And I should draw in the Fibonacci number. Fibonacci retrace. But from where? From $85?
I would do just 1 year.
All right. Usually you do it from the most recent low, which would be this area here. Well,
Okay, so do 6 months.
yeah, I'll do it from there. Let's see what the fib numbers look like. It's got to come down. Okay, so I'll do it from there to the top yesterday, right? Fib.
Can you make the chart 1 year or?
Yeah, I could do that. First, let me draw the retrace. I guess it's from here.
Yeah.
I can't get up high enough. Okay, now we got it. So the 38.2 corresponds to the low of this candle here. Actually, the open of that candle, about 760 is the 38.2. And the 61% is about 556. The 50% is the middle of this green candle at 661, something like that. I like the 50% retrace here. 66. That's a good number. Now
Could you do 6 months so I could see the numbers? I really cannot see.
Okay. There you go. So the 50% is at 661, and the 61.8% is at 550. 550 would be like major resistance.
661 is probably doable.
Major support, huh?
661 is very doable.
Yeah, 661 is very doable. Very doable. In fact, I had a buy order in today for that 660 area, 665. I believe I had a buy order in. I've been buying it throughout the day at different numbers. I think the lowest I caught it was $700, something like that. Let's see what the low was today. The low today was 692. Yeah, 661, definitely. Definitely doable. So I need to replenish my smci supply. If NVIDIA is weak tomorrow, look for this number perhaps. The 61.8, 565. It could go down 200 points. I mean, this is extremely volatile. So put your buy order in now for 565. Of course, this is my opinion, strictly my own, not investment advice. Our opinions are never investment advice. We just kind of share our thinking with you and what we're going to be doing, what we did today, what we're going to be doing. I'm not scared of all the doom and gloom people on CNBC. One after the other, they're coming on, doom and gloom. Now they're saying
they get more attention. I guess they get more attention when they talk about bad news instead.
Maybe they really believe it. Now they're saying the next move on the Fed could be up. totally reverse it.
Oh, please. Okay.
Yeah. We had, because of one month that missed, and CPI, January. Now they're talking up. It's unbelievable. And the seasonality is being brought out over and over again, and supply chain problems with the Red Sea, and so on and so forth. The usual wall of worry, bank failures, you name it. That's all I hear all day long. It gets depressing. I don't listen because it's always like that. It's always climbing a wall of worry, and what does the market in is something nobody at all is anticipating, like we had in 07, 08. So let them talk. Let Josh Brown think that tech is topped. I don't think so. You guys think tech is topped?
I do not.
What about you, Kamal?
It's almost there. I mean, we hit all-time high multiple times. I mean,
So you're agreeing with Josh Brown, maybe?
at least for the quarter.
He says 99% chance for the quarter that tech is topped.
I kind of agree with that. Yes.
I don't believe that. I think we will see highs. What about Meta? Meta is the old reliable. Whenever you need a new
Right.
high, you look at Meta.
The world is messed up when you say something like "good old Meta."
There you go. Meta's topped on Thursday of last week. I don't think so. Just look at
Good
Meta.
old Meta.
Of course, it's a big gap fill that would take you back to the 400 area, $400. That's a biggie. It's forming an island pattern now, so it could easily drop. Could be a gap down. It's possible. It's a scary looking chart, even though it's quite a performer. What do you think of Meta? You wouldn't touch it, would you?
It's too high for me.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
No, I never liked it. I don't know why it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, they are the metaverse.
Yeah, right. Our new social landscape.
They are the metaverse. And the Meta Quest 3 is selling quite well. I wonder if Apple Vision Pro will surpass it. Do you think it will, or not for a long time?
Maybe people need to get used to the idea a little bit more. And
Yeah.
the price point's up.
Usually when Apple comes out with a product, it makes all the other competition look bad.
Yeah.
So MSTR, if we have bad earnings in NVIDIA, where do you see it going down to?
NVIDIA, let's take a look again.
MSTR. I'm talking MSTR.
The MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be that badly affected by
587, 588.
It's been doing pretty lousy without the NVIDIA collapsing.
Correct.
It's had 3 terrible candles. How about on a real big pullback, a gap fill to 588?
That's what I thought.
Fill this gap, and it's synonymous. It's synonymous with the 50, pretty much. So all the way back to the moving averages. This will be pretty much 577 by the time it fills it. So if you get further downside on MicroStrategy, you might be looking at this area in here at 588, something like that. Something like that. So there you have it.
All right.
And there you have it.
Pete.
As we can be as optimistic as we possibly can.
We have to say hello and goodbye to Pete.
I've been so optimistic when everyone else hasn't, that why should I change now?
Right.
And Mega How To Man says BITX is at 2 times ETF on Bitcoin. Pete is with us. Glad you showed up, Pete. Always a pleasure to have you on. Sure, Curtis. That's a good one you found.
Yeah, it is.
Bitcoin miners, Wolf. I don't like the miners. I'd rather be in IBIT or MicroStrategy. I don't like 2-time anything.
And Ethereum made a nice little move over the last week.
I might buy the miners for a short pop, but I'm not enamored with the miners. All right, so I think we answered all questions, right?
Yep.
All right, so look forward to seeing you at the end of the week, and hopefully our portfolios are up from here.
Yes. Great.
All righty, take
Bye
care.
all.
Have a good night.